Kobe, obviously rest in peace. Being someone who's from LA and grew up, as a youngster when Kobe first got in the league, how important he was to you. I read somewhere that you said you cried when he shot those air balls in Utah because you were when you're 7 or 8 years old. Like that's how in tune you were with him. So this is kind of a two-part question. How important was he to you as a person, as someone you modeled your game after and looked up to, and then how important is he to the culture and to the energy of LA?
For me, Cole was my imagination. That was the player, obviously as I got older and able to look at Michael Jordan, he became one of my favorite players. But growing up, when I started to understand and comprehend basketball at a young age, it was from Cole. Being a Laker fan, we didn't have cable. All we had was channel KCAL 9 when the Lakers came on channel 9. That was the only fucking channel we had. So I watched every Laker game growing up. Cole was the one that I gravitated to. And for me to see the start, the fails, I remember begging my dad, could we go get a newspaper? Just so I could see what he said after the game, comments after the game. Little shit like that gave me an emotional connection to one of my favorite players that made me want to push harder when it came to want to play sports, especially basketball. Seeing how he got better, the things he went through. The culture of LA for me, from me being 31 now, is based around, Bean, man. Like the energy always been Kobe, Obviously, I always heard the stories like my dad and, my uncles always talk about, the Showtime Lakers. That's kind of like their generation. But for people my age, like, you can't think about the Lakers without thinking about Kobe. When you think about that yellow and gold, you think about Bean. You know what I mean? And
definitely.
And it's crazy.
When you played against Kobe, did you wear his shoes or did you wear a different shoe?
Vince was like, you know, supposed to wear your opponent's shoe or blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, all right. So next time I played Cole, I wore some Jordans. The wrong fucking thing I should have did. As soon as I walked on the court, Cole was like, oh, that's what we doing, motherfucker? And didn't say nothing to me the rest of the game. Right?
Hey, you just sounded so much like him right there when he said that. That's what we doing, motherfucker. Yeah, you sounded just like Kobe right there, dude. That's crazy as hell.
So after the game, I talked to him. He was like, damn, man, my bad, blah, blah, blah. So we went in the whole conversation. That's kind of like when the whole, like, the Team Mama thing started coming up about, you know what I mean? Of like, all right, cool, look, we're going to start this whole mama thing off. You're going to be the one that kind of kicks it off with the shoes and everything.
Dope.
Since
Hell
then,
yeah.
I just ran off with it.
That's what's up. That's a crazy ass story. That's what's up.
But yeah, I don't think I never told that. Yeah.
I mean, that was one thing I talked about. I came here in '98 straight out of high school and never really left. And I told people that, like, the world lost a superstar, but LA lost a superhero. Like, he was everything to LA, and I've talked about my experience, but like I said, his first time in the league was right when I was at UCLA. So we were crossing paths, and like you said, being able to see his growth, like, right next to you was dope. You know what I mean? So he was so much more than just a basketball player. His energy, his everything was, the essence of LA. And it's sad, man, that we lost him and Jeej and obviously everyone else on that plane that day. But rest in peace to our brother, man.
Without a doubt.
Yes, sir.